Alafia, y'all. Peace, kings and queens. What's up? It's your girl Tane. I'm back with another Melanated Moments mukbang. I hope I'm saying that right because I really, truly don't know if I'm saying that right. But anyways, so as you guys can see, I've got some king crab here. I only got a couple because I wanted to see what it tastes like. I'm trying this king crab out. It's from Food for Less. And I also have some more in my fridge that's from Walmart, so I'm going to see which one is better. I know they also sell it at Costco and Sam's Club and all that, but I ain't got a membership, so we got to work with what we got. So if anybody have any suggestions of where I can get some good king crab from in the LA area, let me know. Okay, outside of that, I've got some red potatoes, some boiled eggs, and of course I have some shrimp and some Love sauce, or at least I think it's Love sauce. I did watch her videos several times. I've watched all her videos, but specifically when she was making her Smackalicious sauce and tried to duplicate it to the best of my ability. The only thing with that is, it's like I've never had it made by her before, so I don't have anything to compare it to. So we'll see, you guys. And then to drink, I've got strawberry lemonade Kool-Aid and some waters. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get started, you guys, because I am hungry. Hungry. I actually think I did pretty good with the seasoning this time because let me lay these down. Dip it in my sauce. Let's see what it's looking like. Some potato. I don't know if it's the spices from this juice that it's in, because this isn't Love sauce that's in the in this actual pan right here. So I don't know what that is. Now, Love, she always dips her eggs in her sauce. Or at least I think that's what she does. So I'm going to do the same thing and see if that makes a difference. Well, I got a new fave, y'all, because this definitely tastes good. All right, well, let me try. Let's see if I can break into this crab. It's been a while. Ooh, them spikes. Got to be more careful. It's stuck. Oh, that was the bone or whatever I was pulling on. See that? I'm sorry, I'm gonna eat my little piece. Well, I can definitely say I understand what the hype is about. I was already a big seafood fan anyway, so not much convincing needed to be done there. These spices tearing me up, y'all. Tearing me up. Ah! Trying to eat without getting tore up. So, I didn't really have much to talk about today, y'all. Let me see if I can. Uh-oh, don't want to knock over my song. Where can I put you? Right there. Yeah, I didn't really have nothing to talk about today. And to be perfectly honest, I kind of just want to, excuse me, enjoy my food. I literally just put my baby to sleep. I had actually started recording. Thank God I had actually put any food in my mouth, because literally as soon as I start talking, it's like he knows. He started screaming. So I have to say good night. Sure. I got this shrimp at Walmart, you guys. It's a little blue bag. It's enough for one person to eat. $5.94. I think the size was 21, 25, or something like that. It was in the 20s. I don't know. Oh. Someone asked me, ooh, I gotta sneeze. Someone asked me, why is it that I always have my head covered? So, the answer to that is because, as I mentioned before, and some more egg. I am a more spiritual than I am religious, and I believe that the crown leaves the body, and it should be protected at all costs. So, spiritually, I keep my head covered to protect my crown, which I feel is the most powerful spiritual part of the body, from outside influences. And let me just say, I'm not saying that in a cocky way like, oh, hail the queen. No. Because sometimes when I say that to people, they go, You know, they kind of have this attitude like, who do you think you are? I don't, in no way, shape, or form, think I'm better than anybody. I do see myself as a queen. I'm a queen because I say I'm a queen. And that's how I feel about myself. I'm rich with love, not with money. And that's what's most important to me. And not even necessarily from what other people give to me, because sometimes you can't count. You can depend on the love from others. Their love is short in supply, just like they money. So, I think we're all kings and queens in our own right. We all have our own gifts and things that we were sent here to share with the world, whatever that may be. Path, destiny, whatever you want to call it. Some of us choose to be conscious and be present and walk our paths. Some of us don't. Still doesn't make anybody better than the other, but it is what it is. But yeah, that's a short answer. I cover my head all the time, whether my hair is freshly done or not. I will let my hair breathe. Usually the day I go and get my locks retwisted, I will let my hair breathe in the car ride on the way home. By the time I get here, I'm covering my head back up, because I know I'm spiritually sensitive and quick to pick up other people's energies and stuff. And so, to avoid myself the headache and the heartache, I keep my head covered. So that answers that. Spicy. Well, I'm definitely in love with this seafood boil. It's the business. Shout out to Be Love for her sauce. I sure as heck would have never thought to create nothing like this myself. I give her 100% credit and all the props because she deserves it. She's a hard-working woman. And I can appreciate that. I think I did a pretty good job, you guys, this time around. Hold up. Cooking these seafood boil. I don't know if it's not in there. I use my power pressure cooker to make this, which is basically the same thing as a what do they call that? An Instapot. I've had my power pressure cooker for years, though. I think I actually purchased it like a little old woman from one of them channels that be on QVC or QCC or whatever it is, the Home Shopping Network or something like that. Excuse me, you guys. Yeah. I purchased it from there a long time ago when they first came out. I think I was actually at, I was working. Yeah, I was working. I was at a client's house. I used to be, I was doing home health as a CNA. So I would go to the patient's house and take care of them rather than working in the convalescent home. And my patient was laying down, taking a nap. And so I was watching TV. And the advertisement came on. And I didn't think nothing of it at first, but with all the meals that they were making, and they were highlighting that it cut down on your cooking time and all this and that and the third. And so I decided to give it a shot. I think I had to pay 3 payments of $50 or 3 payments of $60. I don't remember how much it was, but I got the biggest power pressure cooker that they had available. And like I said, it has done me wonderfully for the for Thanksgiving. That's how I cook my food. Not all of it, just the turkey. I cut my turkey up and put it in my power pressure cooker, and everybody loves it. It's juicy, falling off the bone. Like, we don't ever carve turkeys because it'd be so juicy, ain't no need. Look at that. I forgot to do my thumbnail, y'all. I'm too busy eating. That's how you know I'm hungry. I'm gonna use that as a thumbnail right there. Oh my God. I am so hungry, baby. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm satisfied with the way it's seasoned. I think I'm probably alter the cooking time. It's good, but my crab, I want it to be a little bit less. I don't know how to say it, but because I cooked it in stages, I did the potatoes first because I knew it would take long, not too long in the power pressure cooker. It took about 8 minutes for them to be soft or softer. And then I threw the shrimp in, and then I threw the crab in. But I should have threw the shrimp and the crab in at the same time, because even though the shrimp were not cooked, they were raw, the crab was already cooked. And it don't take that long in the power pressure cooker. Anything in there, the cooking time is cut down. So I definitely could have cut down on that. Thank goodness for glasses. Won't you do me, baby? This is my first successful seafood boil, y'all. I've done a couple of them, but the seasoning wasn't on point. at all. I switched up some things this time. And it paid off. I am satisfied. I gotta see if I can keep duplicating it. I should be able to. It wasn't that difficult. Stuff that I use is stuff that I have in my kitchen on a regular basis anyway. It's not like I had to go out of my way, go to the store and buy some specific seasoning. This is stuff that I use on a regular basis anyway when I'm frying up chicken or whatever. I think the only thing was like a new addition was the call that the Old Bay. That's it. But everything else was stuff I already had. And I use Old Bay. I can even say that's a new addition because I use the Old Bay for my fried chicken, or you know, if I'm doing some type of Cajun meal or something, pan searing some fish, I use my Old Bay. So that wasn't even a new thing. Dude, baby. I don't know how many of y'all is watching and getting to the end of this mukbang with me, but for those of you who have mukbang channels, please leave me some pointers down below in the description box. I am just starting out, as you can see. I think I got like 3 or 4 mukbangs on here already. I'm still learning. I know some people say it's just as simple as eating, but it's really not. Presentation is everything. I know that it has a lot to do with that, and I'm working on it little by little. I actually got this pan from Food for Less because I didn't have one. I needed one anyway, but Food for Less had this pan on sale for $5, and I was like, oh, that would be perfect because it's see-through. Until I can get some more equipment and use my other camera, my actual camera, where I can prop up and position it the way I want to. Then you can get a better angle, look at the food. Gotta be as creative as I can be. So I said, a clear glass. Perfect, especially for something like this. Obviously, I'm not going to use it for no hamburgers and fries. But for this, So, I don't know if you guys can see, probably can't, but I think I got about, I don't know how many shrimp left in here. Let me get some water. Uh-oh. I am so nervous, you guys. I have court tomorrow. I mentioned to you guys, I think I mentioned to you guys in another video, I am still fighting for the rights for my children. My four girls. I'm fighting to get them back, and it's been hard. It's even more so hard because it's like, let me give y'all just a quick rundown of the situation because I don't want the video to be super, super long. But anyways, so about 4 years ago, I decided to go to nursing school, LVN school, but the class schedule was conflicting with the schedule for my children. Now, I don't know why, but I didn't know really too much about online schooling or anything like that, which wouldn't matter because for nursing, you guys know that at a certain point you're going to have to participate and do some type of hands-on training. They want you to actually work with patients before they just send you out there in the field. So I contacted their auntie, their father's sister, who I had a very close relationship with at the time, and basically said, hey, can the kids live with you for a year? I'll bring them home on the weekends, so that they wouldn't miss out on school. You know what I mean? I didn't want to struggle with that. And so she said, yeah, sure. They stayed there for the first 3 months. Everything was going good. And then after that, I started to get really, really compounded with bills. And my tuition, I ended up having to ultimately drop out 3 months in. Now, I didn't know when I oh shit. Sorry, y'all. I didn't know when I enrolled that I needed to that those first 3 months counted as the equivalency of taking a CNA training program. So that's how I was able to get my CNA certification. Was from them first 3 months. So 3 months in, I quit school. I started working. I was working for at-home health agencies, meaning I didn't have a set schedule. It was pretty much whenever I could, whenever they posted a patient, would schedule, kind of work with what I was looking for. But because I was so behind on bills, I kind of just had to take whatever. So it could be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I was working 7. Well, actually, for a point, I had got this patient, and it seemed to be long term. I was working 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. It's a 12-hour shift. And so, as you can imagine, that conflicted with me being able to get my kids. So, pretty much, the auntie of the children, she reached out to me, said she was getting overwhelmed, said that she needed some more financial assistance, which I was still giving her money financially. But here's where I messed up. I wasn't going to see my kids on the weekends. I wasn't keeping up with my end of the bargain in that way. Now, I was still financially supporting her, but I just wasn't there physically like we had originally agreed. And based off of that, she went and filed for guardianship. Of course, I think it was more than that. I mean, I had met my current partner, who I'm with right now, at the time. Now, he was still living 300 miles away, but because she didn't know, she just automatically assumed this person had moved in, and I was avoiding my parenting duties to be with this person, and one had nothing to do with the other. In fact, my relationship with him suffered a lot because he lived 300 miles away, and if he could find the time to come out here, I was always at work. So he would end up just being in the house by himself, and I would be gone. So again, she didn't know that, but that's how she ended up getting guardianship. Of course, she lied a lot and embellished a lot on what was going on throughout that time, and they gave her guardianship. So I've been trying to terminate guardianship basically for the last 4 years, and every year I go and reopen the case, and they never say anything. They never tell me what to do, what I'm doing wrong, nothing. There's really not a lot they can say. I'm not on drugs. I've never been on drugs. I've never been in jail. I don't have any of them circumstances. But I know some people who have those circumstances, who have had their kids taken away from them and still end up getting their kids back. So for me, it's just like, why y'all not trying to give up my kids? Like, what's the deal? Give me my kids. Like, I got a 4-bedroom house. I'm making money by myself. I work for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason why my kids can't be here. They're not in any danger. Child Protective Services have not been involved, come in to say I'm unfit. None of that. This is just clearly the court listening to a bunch of lies and a bunch of bullshit. Excuse me, but that's pretty much what it is. So, in a nutshell, I got to go to court tomorrow and hope and pray that they give me something other than, I don't know, you can come back in 6 months if you want to, or I don't know. But like I said, I've been going through this for 4 years, and it's like, how much heartbreak can I take? Like, I don't want to give up on my kids, but at the same time, it's like, my kids have told me, Mom, we don't want to go back to court. We're tired of talking to people. I don't want to keep putting them through that, but at the same time, it's like I'm caught between a rock and a hard place, because if I stop, I don't want to say, well, she just gave up. No, I didn't give up. I just didn't want to keep dragging my kids. I mean, these aren't teenagers. My oldest is 12, and the youngest one that's a part of this is only 6 years old. So I don't want to keep dragging them to court, having them speaking to all these strangers, talking about their feelings when they don't want to keep doing it. We've been doing it for 4 years. That's stressful for them and stressful for me. However, at the same time, I don't want to give up and then have my kids years later be like, well, why didn't you keep trying? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I really don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, my kids are spoiled. They get a lot of things over there that I don't agree with. I'm a very old school parent. And my kids have grown up over there in these last 4 years to be very materialistic. Let me tell you guys how I grew up. First of all, I was raised by my dad and my grandmother, which is an awkward combination. My grandmother was very old school, and my dad was just very protective. He was a dad. So there wasn't no dresses and none of that. He raised me like a tomboy. There wasn't no dresses and none of that. My grandmother tried to get me some of that girly stuff. My dad wasn't having it. The sweatpants and basketball shorts is what you're going to be putting on. But in terms of how I was raised, we all had chores, including my dad. We all had something to do in the house. We all worked to help. We didn't go to Chuck E. Cheese, Disneyland, and all that every month, every weekend, none of that. Everything that we got, me and my brother, we had to earn it by our grades. My kids, they are behind in ways that I don't think they should be behind. Not being able to spell words that I think they should be able to spell. But they got cell phones. I don't agree with that. I didn't get my first cell phone until I was 16. It was prepaid. And ain't the prepaid that we got nowadays. I mean, prepaid where you got to go buy a card, put some money on it. My grandmother gave me 20 minutes a month. She said, this is for emergencies only. If you ain't dead, dying, or in an extreme emergency, don't you use this phone. Because when you going to need it, when you need it and you ain't got them minutes, you're going to be sorry you used it. It ain't this Metro PCS. $30 a month, unlimited everything. That ain't what I had. You know what I'm saying? I had a pager, but no phone. I had a pager when I was 14. My mother gave it to me. My dad said, leave it at her house. You're not bringing that over here. You know what I'm saying? So, I had that mentality. You don't need money to have fun. Not trying to say that you should never do anything with your kids. I don't want you guys coming from me like, man, you don't do nothing. No, I do stuff. We've gone to Adventure City. We've gone to Knott's Berry Farm. We do stuff. But I don't reward bad behavior and bad grades. When I'm taking you, when I'm spending, you know how expensive it is to go to Disneyland, especially with the amount of kids that I have. That's like $1,000 just for us to get in and to feed us. Oh, no. What am I going to spend all that money for, and you can't spell, and you can't read, and you can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, and this is the thing. During that first year that she had them, my kids missed 50 days out of school and was late 30-something times, and the school was right up the street. She gonna tell me it was because they were sick. My kids ain't never been sick no 52 days. And the court still gave my kids to her? Like I said, it was a lot of embellishment. She lied. Tried to tell him I was crazy. I was emotional. I had some depression. And I was emotionally detaching from my kids, but I wasn't abusive. I wasn't yelling and screaming. It was like I was a robot. I was present, bathing them, feeding them, helping them with their homework. But I didn't want to be hugged. I didn't want to be, you know what I mean? I had emotionally detached. And this was right after my mother died. So this wasn't for no reason. This wasn't I don't want to be a mother. This was me, a woman, a human, going through one of the stages of grieving process. And she used all that to her advantage. And I had to, they had people come to my house trying to do psych evaluations. You can come and evaluate me all you want to. I have never been in a psychiatric ward on 72-hour observations or none of that. Not I've been on suicide watch, no homicidal attempts or none of that. I was grieving. My mother passed away. It was very traumatizing, the experience. You know what I mean? Being there, watching her actually deteriorate before my very eyes. Not to mention I had just lost a child prior to her. No, not prior. After her, I had lost a grandma before her. I had lost a dad before that. I mean, you guys know if you watched the other videos, you already know I experienced a lot of loss in such a short span of time. I've gone through a lot that most people today who have told me, with the amount of stuff that you have experienced and the amount of stuff that you have had to walk through, I don't know if I would have walked out on the other side as strong as you are and be sane today. There's a lot of people that go through what I go through and they don't make it. So, you know, for her to use that to her advantage, and I look at this person as my sister. Like when me and her brother separated and broke up or whatever, me, her, and her father stayed living in the house by choice with each other. That was our plan. It didn't become an issue until her brother decided that he was going to try to have some control over my life. Not want me to date. Nah, I can't bring nobody where I live or nothing like that. And it was just like, oh no, I need to get my own place. And to be perfectly honest, I feel like that's where the issue with her really started, because a lot of our conversations revolved around who I was dating rather than what was going on with my kids. So y'all tell me. She still to this day denies it, but I feel like, you know what I'm saying, be a woman about it. Be an adult. I've been an adult. I've admitted, you know what I'm saying, I hurt my kids. My kids were unaware of what I was doing. All they knew was that mommy was not around. It was very traumatizing to them. Now, we're not talking about years. We're talking about maybe 3 to 6 months. 6 months, I'll say at the most, where I wasn't seeing them consistently. But for you to take all of my personal and emotional moments and use them, it got to the point where my grandmother, the one who raised me, she actually passed away. One of the times, you know, like I said, we've been doing this for 4 years. So there was a time where I was going to court and she passed away during the court process. So when I went back to court to see if they was going to give me my kids, this was like a year or two ago, they brought that up. Tried to say, well, I don't know what she's going to do. Her grandmother is deceased. How is she going to take care of her kids? Like, child protective services don't come knocking on your door when you have a family member that's passed away. Just because someone passed away don't mean that you're unfit to take care of your kids. Like, I don't understand that. My grandmother wasn't supporting me like that. I lived by my damn self. I didn't live with my grandmother, so I don't understand why that got roped in. But anyways, you guys, wish me luck. Comment down below. Like I said, any mukbangers who come across this channel, if you actually made it to the end of this video, I appreciate all of you guys, my loyal subscribers, as well as those who are just passing through. Definitely comment down below. Share, subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm going to get on up out of here and try to go and lay down and rest my brain. As you can see, I done tore this up. I got like 4 shrimp, a lot of potatoes. But yeah, I'm going to end on that note. So I'm going to end on love, light, peace, elevation. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.